Unfortunately, I just found a cow that looks like she's got some placenta hanging out. On Friday, what the vet says about that one. Hey, it's your girl Andrea in some real cool shades I found. We are out here. It's Tuesday, day after my last vlog. We got all of our wire, at least on the big pass anyways. The only wire we're gonna have to string yet is around by the silage pile, around by the bins, which really won't be that bad. That was a double wire that we do, at least by the silage. But I'm running around here and we are putting all the wire now on insulators, so that way this stretch out here is done, and then 75% of the fence is done. Has confirmed we are preg checking cows on Friday, so then we can get cows out of the barn and they're gonna be so excited. And then we're going about a little bit lower than hip height on me. That way the cows can't duck under and they can't jump it either. So I'm sitting kind of at this point where I'm like 2 inches below this button on my pants. And then we just hook the wire through and I'll get going. Mom's over there. She's gonna meet me somewhere in the middle. Dad is out drilling in some more of the hybrid rye to the insurance strips that we had to leave when we did silage. These babies actually handled the weaning really well. Sitting there chewing their cud. Some of you were already weaned in this pen, but most everyone's doing really well. Just a little bit of crying here and there, but not bad. Not bad. This is day 2, so. Remember earlier this year when I was picking on Dad because he backed into the wood post that was here? We're gonna try to find it once. What a time. But now I gotta see if we can find where like the other half is in the ground, because then we don't have to dig a new hole. We can just pull that out, put the other post in. I always have to get the digger out because, you know, it's dry, the ground's hard, etc. Oh, pushing that out there for the cows. It's not looking super promising, folks. Yeah, nope, don't know where it is, so we're gonna have to dig a hole. I want to say it might have been farther this way, but man, I don't even know. I don't even know. The auger put back on the seed litter attachment because we used the rotating part of that, not the auger that digs last year or this spring, I guess, when we wound up wired. The loader tractor is on the feeder wagon because we need to use the 125 on the auger to unload corn, because this one turns on so instantly with the PTO that it shears pins really bad on augers. So we're gonna see how it works on the feeder wagon. We'll see. We'll see. Full send, folks. Full send. That's clay.
That black one is the outside.
Beautiful. Alright, so we got gates sitting here that'll be moved, but there's a slinky that goes across here and then a slinky that goes across to the post we just put in. Then Mom and I are going to take, I'm gonna pick up a trailer. Some T-posts, put them in, curve around the feed and the bales here over to the other wooden post. And then this is a double strain of hot wire to keep the cows in, off the feed. I moved it here to begin with, so it's out of the way. Now it's in the way. And if it wasn't in the way, it would get stuck and not be able to get out of here, so. What a time. These sunglasses are very extra, but they keep the dust out of my eyeballs, so I'm a fan. And then there's another slinky that goes right across to here. This is our support that we put on our corner T-posts, obviously because that wire is being pulled that way pretty tight, and then we don't want it to move if it gets all of a sudden muddy, you know? So we put T-posts at an angle and she works gonna go park this bad boy over here, and then Mom and I will go push in some more posts. I drove by with the pickup and trailer, and the cows are like, "Where are you going?" Ah, what a time. It's very warm today. I think we're supposed to be breaking temperature records again, which I could go for it to be like 60 degrees during the day, 35 at night. I'd be a happy camper. And honestly, it can freeze now if it really wants to. We haven't even really had a frost. There was frost on the windshield yesterday, but not like killing frost. So I was hoping it wasn't. We're gonna have a late freeze and frost, I guess, for the ride, but then we just didn't have enough moisture to give it that jump start. If you have optimal conditions, it could have had the chance to be really good to graze. I mean, there's spots where we got 4 inches of growth, but then there's spots where it was drier, a little more compaction, and it's not, but it'll be what it'll be. Maybe we'll graze it in the spring. We'll see what happens. What you got left for feed, huh? We had a third bunk. This bunk's still a little big for him, but it works for the bigger calves. At least until we can let them in next end of this week. But they're doing really well. Will it bend or will it go in? It'll go in. We're starting to run out of T-posts that don't bend when you try to shove them in the hard ground. We're making it. Nice little curve around it so that it can't get in. Find myself a straight T-post. Straighter. 3, 4, 5, 6, 17, 18. See how this goes, folks. Oh yeah. If they're bent that way instead of like sideways, they tend to go better. I only gotta put a couple more into that, and then we gotta go post to the road. Push it off. Pull it up for Mom. This one might bend, so you guys get to see it, maybe. Maybe not. Oh, we're actually gonna make her. Or we're only gonna get so far, but not bad. It's kind of slim pickings now, so. It's the last one. Look at that. That one's pretty dang straight, besides when we curve out, but you know, it works. So my mom's doing the side-by-side one, so we have all of our tools. Dad got the auger hooked up. I think he's in the bin already, actually, because we're going in the smaller bin here. That's the big bin. Well, if I call anything, the big bin. That's the big bin. Right next to it here, you can only see part of it, is the dryer bin. And then these other ones we generally kind of save for later. He thinks my entire field, depending how it yields, will fit in the dryer bin. And then I think the other 2 fields we have to do of corn this year will fit into the big bin, depending on yield. I'm optimistic on yields this year, but it's kind of been all over the board for a lot of people I've heard so far. So like I'm hearing, you know, we adjusted to 222 out here. One side being definitely better than the other, so probably 250 and 190 type of deal, or 200, but then you're hearing of 160 bushel corn barely. So I don't know, beans were pretty average, a little bit above average I would say for us. I mean, we were hitting 50s. It was a weird growing season because we had excessive moisture and then it just turned off. So we'll see. I'm optimistic. Optimistic I picked the right hybrids, but looks about the right height. So bam, I'll just keep walking. We used to always do 2 hot strands of like barbed wire here. What it was pretty old, nasty barbed wire, so I convinced Sterling to get rid of it last year, and we wrapped it all up on a old truck rim. If you watched that video this last spring when it was really nice out. So we're now doing a 1 hot wire here. If they give us problems, we can put 2 up, but this should be really hot now that it's new wire. So I heard yelling, so I came over. Turns out all is well. Got our 1 wire. Putting the thingers on the new posts because Dad hit that, you know. So this one has 2. So go out here and then we'll go there-ish. All the way. So then when they're hanging out here more towards the winter, they don't push as much. And then eventually we'll put their actual winter fence in, which makes this area smaller. So they can't go by the road and they can't go all the way down there, but they can go all the way to that fence. So just if we have a blizzard, then they can't have as much space to just walk. So we had Tyson here looking at cattle, and I think Cargill is here right now. Or it's Greater O, I don't know. I can't see the guys leaving, but hopefully they buy our fat cattle and they leave. It's the last one, folks. Last one. Slinky. Up. Jump wire. Across. Alright, folks. Oh yeah. We good. That's awesome. Now grounded. This is the very end of the fence, so it goes all the way around, comes here, and yeah. We got almost 7 volts. We good. Awesome. Unfortunately, I just found a cow that looks like she's got some placenta hanging out. And she, because AI didn't do like the early March, so too early. I can't tell if it's just some weird stuff hanging out, and I looked around, I haven't found a fetus anywhere or anything. I'm gonna come back, I think, and look again, but I'm not seeing anything. She's not acting off, she just got a little bit of stuff hanging, so not really sure. Well, we'll preg check on Friday and find out, but she's stuck to AI. She never came back into heat. So, be like 4.5 months along, like halfway, but can't help her if she's not gonna hold on to it. Because at 4 months, a fetus is about the size of like a cat. So I should, if she's past it, be able to find it. Unless she did it already and like something dragged it out of here, but I've not seen it, so. This cow was open. She was in heat a couple weeks ago, so. We know that already, but it's a little suspicious. Not looking very good either. I tried to like get close and smell, and I can't smell that she smells like infection. And there's lots of reasons that all of a sudden the fetus just isn't viable anymore, so. She is the mother of the stand in the water fountain fat that we shipped out yesterday too, so. Her babies are obnoxious every year. Found nothing, so we'll find out on Friday what the vet says about that one. Can't stop it if it's gonna happen. Scraping the alleyway. Pulling it all out there because it's getting pretty full over there, but she's pretty dry. And obviously it's wet right here because calves are jerk faces. This is why. I'm like, is it leaking? Is something wrong with our fountain? No, the calves are just being calves. Good job, Nesser. How's you? Navigating life? Weaning your first ever calf? I really like this heifer. She's a cow now, technically, but had her first baby this year. Cute little snip nose. She's nice looking thing. And then there's Blue. Your roan's coming in more and more, Miss Ma'ams. So don't touch me. That's what I thought. Oh my gosh, these dum-dums. Get out of the way. I can't even make this up, guys. That is not Red. That is Red's daughter. Litos are doing well. I'll have to go fill you guys' water again here. They're dang quiet in here. Move their feet up for them. Once we get to Friday, kiddos, guess what? You can have more room in the bunks, all the things. It's gonna be great. There's a bunch of the babies that got weaned. You. Drop my rake. Going back there, 24-13. Babies off the first calf heifers. So most of them are the oldest, for the most part. And they fit in pretty well for being off of mamas. That one's spooky. Really just fun. That was the biggest one off them the other day. Not the biggest calf in total, but the biggest one off that pasture we moved home on Sunday. So once we get the rest of the calves home and I adjust everyone's weaning weight so it's apples to apples, birth date wise, I will do that comparison of cows weaning calves in the barn versus cows weaning calves out on pasture. So I really like him. I really enjoy how he looks and how he's put together. Very nice fella. It's a steer, so he'll become beef and byproducts. There ain't no opportunity for him. He's already been denutted.
I get it.
Oh, my mom. So anyways, everyone looks good. And then we will sort these guys a little bit more. Sort the really big ones into a pen in the barn because they'll have plenty of space. And then they all can kind of play catch up, and any of those ones that aren't small enough to fit into like the little weenie pen over here, they'll go in another pen so they can not have to fight with the 500 pounders don't need to be fighting with the 600 pounders type of thing. So it'll just help them even out a little bit. And yeah, some calves are just more shy than others. Some calves are pushy and obnoxious and bullies. It's just personalities, just like humans. Well, that was another full day again. We're finally done. Had to move the tractor to get the auger set up, and then you can get the truck in there and air out the tires in case you have fire, because it's dang dry. But that was a full day, so we'll catch you on the next one. Hopefully you come back and hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you thought of this video, and if you have any questions, as always, drop them in the comments. But otherwise, we'll see you next time. It's kind of funny because it's kind of a Quick Trip-ish saying I'm wearing a Quick Trip shirt. If you know, you know, and if you don't, well, you don't.